Is there a connection between success and being grateful? Or there is a connection between ungrateful and being a loser? And the answer is, what's the answer? Yes, there is. Of course there is. The question is why? I'll try to keep it as short as I can. Being what we call a loser, being a loser, is to a certain extent a manifestation of being lazy. A person who is lazy doesn't want to do anything. And when you don't do anything, you're not going to be successful. It's very simple. It's very simple. A person that tries and really works hard, eventually going to get somewhere. And that's, as far as I'm concerned, a winner. You got something. You won. Right? You got a reward. You got something. You're a winner. You got something. A loser is a person who doesn't get anything. And of course, if you don't do anything, you won't get anything. So what does it have to do with being ungrateful? One of the reasons that people are ungrateful is because they are ultimately lazy. And how is that? You're raising an eyebrow, but how is that? Because if, for example, you help me, and I'm grateful for that, I'm going to take your help, or whatever it is that you help me, and I'm going to make it work for me. I'm going to tap on that thing that you did for me, and I'm going to be grateful. I'm going to appreciate what you had done for me that I could have not done myself, and therefore now I'm running with it, and I'm going to become successful. Being ungrateful is an excuse to continue to be lazy. I'm going to not be appreciative of what you had done for me. And the reason why I don't want to be appreciative, because I want to continue doing what I was doing, which is absolutely nothing. So you're taking that quality, you're developing this quality of being ungrateful as an excuse to continue not doing anything. Because if everything is there for you, all you got to do is just grab it and go, you don't want to do it because you're lazy. And that's a horrible thing. And that, by the way, has to do also with Yirat Shamayim. Ungratefulness is like hatred. It's not something that you could isolate only to this and only to that. For example, I only hate this kind of people, I only hate this kind of a thing. Hate is a very strong emotion that would simply consume you and any good part that you have. It's like rust. You don't have rust only in one part. If you're going to have rust in the, let's say you have a car, you have rust in the body, eventually it's going to go into the suspension, it's going to go into the axles, and the whole car is going to rust it out completely. That's hatred. Ungratefulness is the same thing. You can't be ungrateful only to, let's say, for example, let's say Idan did something for me, and Sam did something for me. So I'm going to be ungrateful to Sam, to Idan, and then grateful for Sam. It's not going to be it. Eventually, I'm going to be ungrateful in all aspects of my life, because ultimately, the motivating force behind my ungratefulness is laziness. And therefore, I would be lazy in everything else that I do. And the bottom line, you're going to be also ungrateful to what Hashem does to you, what God does for you. Because you're lazy, you don't want to do anything. You have a sense of entitlement, or you're afraid, or whatever it is. But whatever you have, just take care of it and be grateful for what you got. And never forget what somebody did for you. Because whatever somebody did to you is more than you had done for them, because you didn't do anything for them most times. That person took an initiative to help you where you're sitting down. So you always owe them forever for what they had done for you. Of course, if you don't want to acknowledge that, then you're going to start blaming the people that they actually helped you. And you're going to develop reasons. And you're going to find some, splitting hair thing that says, oh, that's why I don't appreciate. That's why I'm ungrateful for these people, for this splitting hair thing that whatever, just as an excuse not to say thank you, not to be ungrateful. And just by the way, I'm going to tell you something. Saying thank you is nice, but it's not enough. You need to do something for it, and you never forget it. And you always owe this person. You're never going to be able to pay the person back because, you built on what they gave it to you. So all your success is basically because of them. It's theirs. Like, for example, you can never say thank you enough to a person who taught you to read Aleph Bet or the ABC, because all you're learning, even if you won a Nobel Prize in whatever it is, let's say in English literature, you won a Nobel Prize in literature, all your rewards and everything else would due to the person who taught you ABC. How can you ever pay them? So if you care about God, if you care about your future relationship with your spouse, with your children, if you care about being a good human being, if you care about being successful, one thing for sure you should not be is ungrateful. Have a wonderful, grateful day.